Hello, Stickosaurus here. Today we're going to start work on this SPD green. My wife chose this one, she likes bridge, and I get it. I believe it's toast, it's toast fascination. I had a little print issue when I was printing. I tried to use as little supports as I could. As you can see, there's none in here. And this started flapping a little bit, and the layer came apart. So we used a 3D pen, tapped it down, and everything else printed okay. We'll have to fix that. We'll sand this, fill it, and it should be fine. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. This has a lot of parts, as all these SPD decorator helmets do. Back printed very nice. I thought I set my Z-seam to random, but I must not have. So we'll have to sand down that Z-seam. Not a big deal. I tried to print the emblem and the sirens at the same time. The emblem failed on this. So while I was printing, I printed it on my Alphawise. You'll see on the floor back there. I'm trying to get it working again. So I got the badge and the sirens. I was thinking about maybe trying to cast these in clear resin with a little bit of red, but I don't know. That's not beyond what I could do, but I don't know if it really makes it look that much better. So I'll think about that. I got a while to go until we get there. But yeah, let's get started. Okay, next just gonna remove the supports. I actually ended up cutting myself taking these off, so either wear gloves or be more careful than I was. Okay, now I'm using some epoxy sculpt to try to fill in this big gash we have up here where we joined it with the 3D pen. And then I'm also going to do the chin as well. Alright, after that dries, I'm going to hit the epoxy sculpt with some 60 grit sandpaper to smooth down anything I missed when I'm smoothing it. And then move on to 100 grit. And then after we do the whole helmet with that, we'll move on to some filler primer. So one coat of that. After that dries, move on to some 200 grit sandpaper here. Just trying to knock down any of the high spots. And of course, after we get that all sanded, we'll move on to our second coat of filler primer. And then finally, after that dries, move on to my favorite part, wet sand. Okay, we got the green base coat painted on this deck of green. You could kind of see the line a little bit where we welded it together at the top over here. It might be hard to see in the camera. It is because it's not in frame. Hold on. Oh boy, it's all bouncy mess. You can kind of see it, but actually, I don't think that's it. I think it's up here. I think that's just a weird layer line. I guess you can kind of see over here where it bulges out a little bit, but once we paint that, you won't notice. So this should be okay. Actually, I'm kind of glad I looked at this. But Gonna let that dry for a good while. I'm gonna add the silver. I'll hand paint the black. Probably mask the silver, not sure yet. I'm trying to remember what I did for my Deca red, SPD red helmet. I thought I painted it, hand painted the silver, but I might not. I didn't, because I had a run in the front. So I'll probably mask this. The silver is a large enough area that it's not really a headache, because it's just up around here, and down. So we'll do that. But gotta let this dry probably a week, so it's gonna be a little bit. Okay, gonna put the silver on this Deca green. Okay, so we got the detail lines done on here. I got the black parts painted, kind of. Probably gonna do another coat on this one once it dries, or I hit it with the heat gun. My pen was being a pain trying to do these lines, so they're really not as nice as I'd like them to be. But they'll do. I tried. I went over them like 12 times if you saw. There's really not much more I can do, and they'll look fine, I guess. I just thought I could do better, and I could. Might need to get a new pen. So I tried 3 different ones, so maybe it's me. I don't know. But we are going to figure out where to put the badge. I don't know where I put it. Hold on, I found it. So we're gonna figure out where to put the badge. I think it's about right here. Here? I don't know. I have a picture up online, but then we'll paint this, glue it on. Well, we'll probably glue it on first, then paint it, and then we'll glue in the sirens, the lights, whatever you want to call them. And we'll be good and be ready to move on to top coat, but I think it goes there. I don't know. I'll figure it out here. I'm just going to use super glue. Hopefully that's enough. It should definitely be enough for the badge. Sides, I don't know. There's not a lot of room to put the lights in there. And they fit nice. Just, again, just not a lot of room. But, yeah. It's going to look good when it's done, for sure. I think this is going to be a nice looking helmet. Nice looking, what do they call them? Buckets? I don't know. I hate that I said that. But anyway, we're going to do that and then move on to top coating. And then I'll probably see you back when it's about time to do the visor, because this visor will not be fun. Okay, so I got those in. Had a little bit of leakage with the super glue. I don't know. I'm a little sus about it, so might hit these with some matte clear before I clear coat everything. I'm not sure. I just hate to get this far and have it lift. But I think it's looking good, right? It's pretty sexy. It's way better than my SPD red. But SPD red, it was all one piece. It's like these weren't separate. The badge was separate. I had to glue that on, but everything else was all one piece. So it wasn't quite as easy to paint, I guess is what I want to say. But yeah, this is gonna be nice. It's kind of hard to see, I'm sorry. Yeah. Yep, we'll get there. Like I said, I'm gonna do another coat of black up here, do the detailing on the emblem. Now this is supposed to have like a sunburst effect. I don't think I'm gonna do that. Well, I would like to do that, but it's just, the detail's just not there. And I don't think it's anybody's fault, but I'm gonna just do this black and try to get in the outline there, and it should be good enough. But yeah, still not sure what I'm gonna do about that super glue leakage. Kind of sucks, but like I said, I wasn't really sure how I was gonna get those in there in the first place, so we took a chance, but you know, that's what happens, and I'd probably do it again. It wasn't the worst thing. The only other thing I could think of was taping them in there and then put hot glue all around or welding them together, but I don't know. I think it's gonna look fine once we're all finished, you know, but let's keep going. Okay, we should be good to go. It's still drying, but it doesn't look the best. I really wish I could do the sunburst, but like I said, the detail's not there. It just didn't print very well, and then after all the primer and all that, filler primer, you kind of lose that. So maybe my next Deca Ranger I do SPD, I will print the emblem separate at a smaller layer height, see if I can reserve that detail, because the detail is there in the model, so it's just how I printed it. No big deal. Like I said, we'll make it work. Probably gonna hit these with some acrylic matte clear just to be sure. Let that dry, and then we'll hit it with some clear coat, and we should be good to go. Okay, so last night before I packed up for the day, I did spray some matte acrylic clear coat on the, I guess they're just lights. I think they're actually lights. I mean, I don't think they're actually lights, but I think they're supposed to look like lights. They might be actually lights on the helmets. I can't remember. I did watch Deca Ranger and SPD, and I know they light up like lights, but like on the actual helmets, not when they're transforming, I don't know. I really think they are. But either way, so I put some matte on the lights because I'm worried about that. It's a little bit of runnage of super glue. Anytime I try to top coat over super glue, it peels. So hopefully this will lock that in enough to get this clear coat on. But we're gonna go see what happens here. Hope for the best. If not, well, that's just the way it goes. We can always fix almost anything. So let's get to it. that's about 3 coats of gloss clear. It looks pretty good from here. Gonna let it dry. Then we'll move on to probably the hardest part of this build is gonna be the visor. I did my SPD red visor all in one piece, so I should be able to do this one. They're all the same basic shape. Only thing that changes is in here pretty much. So it's doable. We'll make it happen, but gotta let it dry. Probably won't get to it till next week, so stand by. Okay, Zeka green, all dry. Looking good. The visor for this is going to be a challenge. I honestly can't remember what I did for my SPD red. I think up at the very top, like around here, was a separate piece because I just didn't have big enough plastic. But we'll give it a shot, see what we can do. It's most important we get at least like this much, you know, so it looks okay. But these are challenging. Okay, so I think this will be good enough. It sucks we're missing like that much up there. But this is probably best I could do. One, with the shape of the visor, and two, just the size of the plastic sheets I have. I just don't have anything that goes any bigger. So we'll just fill that in with a little scrap. I don't know where to put it. Huh. Oh. So we'll just cut this. I'll put Sharpie or black acrylic on the side here so you don't see this edge. And just put a little piece up there. It'll be just fine. You won't really know. Well, you might. But looking at it, it should be okay. So we're going to try this. And this is kind of a real tight fit. It's going to be a little finicky getting it in there, but I think it'll look okay. Again, this sides will come out more. I'm not pushing on them up there, but we'll see. Okay, that's everything in. Visor turned out okay. Again, it's not perfect. Got some glue strand on it. I hate that. Hate that. Oh no. Anyway, I'll have to get tweezers or something, but it turned out okay. I mean, there's a little gap in here, and you can kind of see where I patched it up, but again, if you could vacuum form them, go for it. That's the way to do it, but I don't have that capability right now, so this is all I got. I think it works okay, but yeah, we're gonna let it dry with the glue set, and then we're done. All right, that is SPD green finished. Love how this turned out. I will say the only thing I don't really care for is the emblem. Can always replace that once I figure out maybe a better file or get a better print quality on them, but not a big deal. My old one actually looks a little better. But again, I just painted that silver, so that's kind of, it doesn't matter. Love this. My wife requested this one. She always loved, I think his name's Bridge on SPD. I can't remember. She watched SPD and liked him. This guy eats toast all the time, I believe. Yeah, Bridge, right? Anyway, I think he becomes like SPD captain or something in the Boom comics. I'm not sure. He gets a really weird, cool helmet I see people make. But yeah, I think this turned out great. The visor, you could always vacuum form, it'll be better. You're right, I can't argue with you. But I think this is more than adequate. If I had a bigger piece of plastic, I could do it all in one piece, and you wouldn't have these little extra pieces up here that, if I don't tell you, you're not going to even like really look at, because it kind of bends naturally at that point, so you don't see them. But and the only other thing, I've seen some people do like clear like resin casts of these and put them in instead to make it look more like, you know, actual lights, which would be cool. I think that's an idea. Maybe I do have all the SPD files, so I'd like to probably redo my red and definitely get a Doggy Kruger in there. And, you know, knowing me, probably the rest of them, but why not, you know? That's just how it goes. But again, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, let me know. I try to answer anyone's questions on Instagram or Twitter. You can message me on there. It's all down in the description. Any helmets you want to see, let me know. I can make a video of it. Gonna take a little bit. Still got a lot to get through, but we'll get there, I promise. And yeah, comment, like, subscribe, and again, thanks for watching.